our story begins on the Sword Coast of Faerun, in the world of the Forgotten Realms. In the city of Neverwinter, the great jewel of the north is the quaint establishment known as the Laughing Dragon's Tavern. It's early evening, and the tavern is fairly quiet. A half dozen or so small wooden tables fill the floor space and line the left wall. An empty makeshift stage is dimly lit in candlelight at the back of the tavern. On the right-hand side of the tavern is a simple bar where an old human man with neatly combed gray hair fills the cups of several patrons sitting atop rickety-looking bar stools. You guys smell the smell of fresh baked bread and stale mead kind of fills the air. And a small framed figure wearing a dark cloak sits at a corner table. And all of a sudden a robust voice bellows out through the tavern. And you see sitting at a table in the middle of the room is a dwarvish man. He's middle-aged, he's got long flowing red hair and it matches his thick red beard. His face is kind of weathered and his hands are rough as he flails them around expressively as he talks. Sitting at the table with him is an elvish woman, a human man, and one other dwarvish man. And you hear him say, "Ah! Gundren Rockseeker is the name, miner, adventurer, treasure seeker extraordinaire. I want to thank you all for inquiring about my ad for employment. But before we get to the details of the job, I'm eager to meet you all for this fine evening. Him I know." He kind of points over to the other dwarf at the table. "This here is my cousin Tormund." Tambo, can you describe Tormund for us?
So Tormund is he's a pretty short dwarf. He's 4'10", weighs about 170 pounds. He's very pale skin with deep green eyes. He's about 65 years old, and he had a rough upbringing after his village was invaded by a horde of orcs that murdered his family. A wandering group of divine freedom fighters, a part of the Lord's Alliance, found me and took me in. They taught me everything I know, under the guidance of our god Tempest. And then one day, while stopping through the city of Neverwinter, I heard a rumor that one of my cousins here, Gundren, and his brothers had found the entrance of the Lost Wave Echo Cave, and were last seen headed towards Phandalin. So later that night, while praying, I had a vision of something evil lurking in the depths of the cave. So I decided to reach out to my cousin and offer my assistance.
So Gundren looks over and goes, "I'm glad you decided to help me out, cousin. Let me top you off." So with that, he picks up the ale from the pitcher in the center of the table, and he starts pouring ale into the flagon sitting in front of you, Tormund. And he says, "Well now, you're an interesting looking fella." As Gundren takes a big old sip from his mug, and ale begins to start like running down his beard. Gabby, can you describe your character?
Yeah, so Gabby takes a small sip from his beer and nods, and he says to Tormund, "It's good to be in the company of such principled folk who will put aside everything to help their family." And you see Gabby's kind of like a middle-aged human. He's kind of short and squat, like a tall and skinny dwarf. Yeah, he looks kind of like your favorite boisterous uncle, but he's got this mischievous glint in his eye.
Nice, I like it. So you hear Gundren kind of like ring out, "Drinks on me," as he reaches over to pour more ale into your half-empty mug. Now, who might you be, lass? As his attention kind of shifts over to the elvish woman at the table. Raina, please tell us about yourself.
Okay, so Raina is this elf fighter soldier. She is 5'1", very lean, silver blonde hair, pale skin, and blue eyes. She is traveling afar from her village to a small settlement, Silvery Moon, and her village was attacked, and a lot of bad stuff happened, and so she's trying to find some answers and find some adventure, and is looking for something.
Well, if it's adventure you seek, there's plenty of that to be found in Phandalin. So suddenly you guys see this the cloaked figure from the corner of the tavern step to the side of the table, and the figure approaches it, drops the cloak to reveal a halfling female, and she says, "Oh, so you're headed to Phandalin? And can you please describe Cora?"
Yeah, so Cora is a halfling that was once a member of the Red Band Ruffians. The Red Band Ruffians that are a bandit group run by a human wizard known as Glassstaff. Glassstaff sent a group of bandits, including myself, to hijack a caravan belonging to the Lord's Alliance. The bandits were defeated easily, as if the guards of the caravan knew that the bandits were coming. So Cora's 5 feet tall, short, nimble, stealthy, like olive skin, green eyes, and yeah.
Nice. Welcome, Cora. The more the merrier. So let's get down to business. So recently, my brothers and I found something real big in Phandalin. The details of our findings are not of any importance to you, but let's just say time is of the essence. So I leave for Phandalin tonight with my human friend Sir Sildar Hallwinter. But what I need from you is to escort my wagon of supplies to Barthen's Provisions down in Phandalin. The trip should take you about 2.5 days on foot. When you reach the trading post safely, my friend Elmar Barthen he's been instructed to pay each of you 10 gold pieces for your service. Don't worry, all the arrangements have been made. I've even paid for 4 rooms in the inn up the road for you tonight. You guys can pick up the wagon in the morning and at the trade depot and follow the high road south until you turn east onto the Tribor Trail. Follow the signs to Phandalin and get paid. Easy as that. Do you have any questions, friends?
Much appreciated, Rockseeker.
Well, my pleasure. It's good to see new faces in this city and friendly faces that are willing to lend a hand to others.
Happy to be of assistance.
So if there's no other questions, I must retire for the night. Drinks on me, and he calls over the bartender and brings over another pitcher of ale and sets it down on the table for you guys. And I hope to meet you in Phandalin in a few days. It's been a real pleasure meeting you. And he gets up and like he has like a really firm handshake and just like starts shaking everybody's arms and their hands, and you can like really feel like this fist as he's kind of like wrenching your arm out of the socket, everybody. And especially Cora, I would imagine that she's just like okay, like calm down, dude. This is a little much. So
Hey, so
yeah,
actually,
go ahead.
John, I'm just like, I'm kind of getting into the swing of things here, but I actually want to. So Gabby stops Rockseeker as he's leaving, and he says, "Are there going to be any opportunities for further employment at the outpost?"
Oh, further employment. Let me tell you, if you ever heard about Phandalin, Phandalin's an interesting place. It's a bustling little town that's coming up from nothing. There's all sorts of opportunity there, depending on what you seek. I've heard there's everything from bounty hunting to mining to undead slashing, all sorts of stuff to do. I mean, the opportunities are endless in Phandalin.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
Now, I really must be going. Yeah, so if you guys don't have anything else you want to say to him, you can describe what you're doing for the rest of the night.
So Cora is sipping ale, kind of just sitting back, watching everybody else at the having like their drinks and seeing people dancing and talking. Some are arguing, and just kind of sitting back and seeing everyone just around her.
Yeah, so you guys kind of look around at this this tavern, and it's kind of quiet at this time. It's just past like the dinner rush, but it's right before like all the drunkards come into the bar, and you can see like I said, there's like a dimly lit stage in the back where maybe at one point there used to be a bard that would perform, or maybe like a stand-up comedian or something, but. Right now it's pretty quiet. There's a few people at the bar drinking and chatting. Like I said, there's a couple people arguing over some drinks or some hard day's work, and it's a quaint little bar. So you guys probably spend the rest of your night just sipping some drinks and getting to know each other a little bit before you turn into your free rooms as compliments of Gundren Rockseeker.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so Gabby wants to ask. Let's start with Tormund. I say, well, my dwarven friend, what brings you to what takes you to Phandalin?
Here to help out my cousin Gundren and his brothers with what they found. They haven't told me too much about it, but I know it's something big.
Yes, of course. Thanks for the reminder. And then I turn to our most mysterious member, Cora, and I say, and what brings you to Phandalin, my mysterious friend?
Is that from? Sorry, is that? Do I go off of like what my info is, or do I just?
You can go with whatever you feel that your character would be doing. I mean, you have the info is mostly you guys to keep as a little bit of secretive info to yourself, but you can definitely put yourself in that role of this person who maybe was running with the wrong crowd.
Yeah, so Gabby, holds his hands up and he's like, I understand if we need to keep our secrets.
Okay, so Cora is here in Phandalin. He's be a gang member there and is back for revenge because someone tried to kill Cora, and she's out for revenge for whoever was out trying to kill her. So she's back in Phandalin.
I like how she's just like nonchalant, like sitting at the bar. Yeah, somebody tried to kill me, but I'm gonna hunt them down. I'm gonna kill them.
Yeah, always good to look out for threats.
So anytime with like a role-playing game, you can do it two ways. Like the third-person thing, like saying this is what my character says or does, or you can put yourself in the shoes as like a first person and talk. You don't have to use a silly voice like I do or whatever, but just whatever you think your character would say or feel. I mean, there's no judgment. There's no rules to the game. It's just however you want to play it. If you guys are like done, pretty much at the bar for the night, you guys can kind of head to your rooms, and then you wake up the next morning to a light spring rain, and the air's warm, it smells fresh, and you had a decent night's sleep. The rooms are pretty decent that Gundren got you. You head to the trade depot, you pick up the wagon, and it's just a simple cart. It's an open cart, and there's a bunch of supplies inside of it. It's pulled by two horses. You guys kind of like take a look around in the back of the wagon. It has some blankets that are kind of covering over some basic supplies. There's some sacks of flour, a couple casks of like salted pork, and kegs of ale, shovels, picks, crowbars, kind of like mining sort of implements, and a couple lanterns, and nothing like too extravagant. Definitely, like Gundren said, just some supplies, but. You guys like get in the wagon, and who's gonna drive the wagon? Does anybody have proficiency in land vehicles? That's one thing. You can always look at your character sheet. Really, anybody could drive a wagon, but get you guys used to it.
Gabby looks at the animal and shakes his head, and then just jumps in the back of the wagon and looks expectantly at the rest of the party.
Yeah, so like you look at the wagon, and there's room for maybe like 2 people to sit in the back of the wagon and 1 person to ride up front. But it looks like you guys are kind of going to have to escort for the most part and walk along the side of it, except for Gabby, who's sitting on like one of the kegs.
Age before beauty.
Okay, Tormund will walk on the left side of the wagon.
Raina's gonna walk on the back side of the wagon.
Well, Raina, I'm looking at your character sheet. It says you have proficiency in land vehicles. So that land vehicle is basically this game is something like basically you'd be able to ride a horse very well, or like a wagon, or something like that. So
Okay, then Raina's gonna get on the horse.
I'm gonna think Raina might get up on the
wagon.
wagon and grab the reins.
Alright, she will get up on the wagon and grab the reins and take control.
Cora is kind of just walking beside Tormund.
I like it. Okay. So yeah, you guys like get to the wagon, you start making your way, and the day starts off with this light rain, but as luck would have it, the further south you travel, the more the rain picks up. And about a half a day in, it's about noontime, and the road begins to get more and more washed out, and there's like dark skies and muddy ruts kind of begin to be the normal view for like several hours of travel. And by late afternoon, the rain intensifies. While avoiding a large, washed out section of the road, the wagon nears close to the edge of the road, begins to sink into a large rut. As the rain kind of starts pelting down on you, and the wagon begins to come to a full stop as the wooden wheel on the left side sinks into thick, like 2-foot deep mud. The horses begin to lose their footing in the wet soil, and as you kind of all stack up behind the wagon, getting ready to push and keep on trudging through, a cloaked woman steps out of the tree line with a slight grin on her face, and she offers her help. And go ahead, Teresa, and describe your character.
Sure. Teresa's a half-elf, and she has black hair, about medium length, gray eyes, warm olive skin. She's about 5'8", 140 pounds. She's 28 years old, and she never really felt quite at home with either elves or humans, so she has taken to wandering the woods, traveling from forest to forest, protecting creatures, hunting orcs, and I guess I will probably stop there for now.
Sounds good. What is she,
in terms of explaining her.
What is she wearing? Is she wearing like? Does it look like she's been like living in the woods for a long time, or?
Oh, okay. Yeah. So she's pretty weather worn. She has a dark cloak with a hood. She's mostly dressed in leather armor. She's carrying a bow, a quarterstaff, and a small sword, I guess, short sword, and a big pack of, just all of her camping needs and stuff.
Nice. Yeah, so you guys kind of all start like pushing this wagon, rocking it back and forth, and kind of like this is for like a sign from the gods. As soon as you get the wagon pushed out of the mud, the rain starts to stop, or begins to stop, and a kind of a feeling of relief comes over all of you, and seeming like a good time to take a break, you all stop on the side of the road for a rest. And this is the first time you guys had like a good chance now as the whole party gets together and meets each other. So what are you guys talking about?
Ooh.
I mean, you just had this like random half-elf woman walk out of the forest and say, "Hey, I'm gonna join you guys."
Isn't it weird how the storm stopped when Therese showed up?
I think Cora wants to know what is it, Therese who we just ran into?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Kind of like what her deal is. How does she know where we're going, or?
Sorry, I didn't really know. I don't really know about your background and where you were going, but just thought you needed a hand and wanted to help. I guess I am heading towards Phandalin. I heard there's some orc attacks happening on the outskirts, and I've been hunting a particular horde. Um, I mean, if you guys are okay with my company, I figured it's probably safer to travel together than to go alone.
You mentioned orcs to take out?
Yes. Should I go into detail about the orcs? Or,
That's up to you.
I can do like a little intro for it.
Orcs killed my family, so I would very much like to take some orc heads.
I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, a horde of orcs slayed my animal companion. And it's been kind of hard, and I don't really know what to do besides just hunt them down. I don't think I can get any peace until I've done that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Too dramatic.
No, it makes sense to want to protect your family, you know, and I think you both are on very very honorable missions, and I'd be glad to lend you some help. And afterwards, if you don't mind, I know that there's something going down in Phandalin. I've heard from two very unreliable sources, but they rarely agree. So there must be something for us to do after we've hunted down these orcs that have hurt you.
So you guys can see kind of like the overview of the map where you guys started out from the city of Neverwinter to the north, and then you can see where Phandalin is. It's like I said, Gundren let you know it's like a 2.5 day travel down the main road. So the high road is kind of like the main trade road along the Sword Coast. It's not unusual to see bandits and things of the sort along the road. But where you guys are headed is on the Tribor Trail. It's kind of like more a smaller road that kind of leads through the forest and up through the hills. A couple old towns that you guys would have known about were on the Tribor Trail. Coneyberry is one of these old kind of settlements that kind of it fell apart after settlers left from whatever reason years ago. And then you've heard the stories of Phandalin, the new up-and-coming sort of settlement that's kind of the new hot spot to be in, I guess you'd say. Some of the bigger cities to the south, and I'm sure you all have heard of like Waterdeep before, but so finally things start going smoother. You guys kind of make your way south, and you kind of draw closer to Phandalin. You're about a half a day out from Phandalin on the Tribord Trail. I'm assuming you're probably somewhere down in this neck of the woods. Oh, and if you guys like take your pointer, and you can ping the map by just holding down the left trigger if you want to point something out or anything like that. Roll 20 wise. Anyway, so you guys are about half a day out from Phandalin. You know, things are looking up. You guys are kind of like making small talk for the past 2 days, and it's you guys are
small talk.
But as you guys come around a bend, you spot 2 dead horses sprawled about 50 feet ahead of you, and they're blocking the path. Each of the horses have these several black feathered arrows sticking out of them. As you come around this area, the trees kind of like overhang over the road, and the woods press real close to the trail. And here there's a steep embankment, and dense thickets kind of grow up on either side of the trail. I'm gonna put you on a map here. What do you guys want to do? So what's your marching order? Where are you guys standing currently as you see these horses? We know you can take your token from the journal, and you can drag your name out onto the table. And so we know that Raina would probably be up on the wagon driving.
Mm-hmm.
Teresa's was scouting ahead a little bit, somewhere in the shrubs.
Gabby gets lower into the wagon and makes sure to remain in the middle of the party.
All right, so I like it. So yeah, you guys see these horses up ahead, and the horses are obviously dead. They're laying on the road, and they have arrows sticking out of them. So
Can I I guess tell that they're orc arrows, or could I tell what kind
you're gonna
of
have to get closer to find out.
Okay. I guess I walk a little closer, carefully, very cautiously, to take a better look.
All right, so go ahead and make an investigation roll.
Okay.
All right, so it's not bad. So from where you're standing, so 10 is an average, so from where you're standing, you can see that these arrows are, they're not quite the typical what you would remember that you've seen well of as orc arrows. There's something a little bit different. They're not as well crafted as orc arrows.
I mean, is it
kind of looking around suspiciously, just staring for now, just looking around.
Yeah, keep an eye out, my friends.
Yeah, I'd be very careful. Is there a way for me to use my perception to see if there are any enemies hiding?
All right, yeah, go ahead and make a perception check to see if you can see anything that's kind of around the nearby forest. Nice. So yeah, as you start drawing closer to the edge of the tree line, Therese, all of a sudden you hear movement, and these two goblinoid creatures come darting out of the woods to your north and south. And let me see here. Sorry, I wasn't prepared for that. So what we're gonna do now is this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna roll for initiative. So we're gonna see how quickly you guys act when all of a sudden these goblins jump out of the woods. So right now, Therese, you spot them kind of ahead of time. These other two guys, they're kind of hidden in the forest, so you technically don't know they're there. But the other two come rushing out of the forest. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna put this tracker up here, so you can go to your character sheet. First you need to do is click on your token. Yep. Click on your token and then hit initiative.
Which one's the initiative?
So in the character sheet, it's at the very top center, I think. Let me see. Did you find it? It's between armor class and speed. It's a square box.
Yes. And then...
That's it. It'll do it automatically for you.
Oh man, what's my just so low? Jeez.
I can go back and take the first roll I did.
Yeah.
Even though I ended up with 22.
So what we're gonna do now is we're also gonna compare the stealth of these goblins.
Wait, sorry, I still don't know what I'm doing.
You're doing absolutely perfect.
Okay.
I'm the one that's slowing down.
What do you say?
Can I warn the party? I mean, they've seen me probably, right?
Yeah, so they see you. They literally are charging out of the forest after you.
Oh boy. Okay, I'm gonna probably yell watch out, the goblins.
Help!
Help!
Oh, they are one of my favorite enemies, so I don't know if that gives me an advantage over them.
hold on a second.
Oh yeah, she actually means help me kill these guys.
All right, so the goblins that are rushing in, they end up. Put them in initiative first. Give everybody a turn. But so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna roll stealth for these guys to see how well that they are hidden. So the two that ran out are obviously not hidden, but the other two in the forest.
We're missing someone from the turn order.
Who's not in there?
It's me,
it might be
Cora.
Oh,
Oh, it's okay. So let me just add a turn to Cora. What did you get for a roll, Cora?
I didn't roll. I cannot figure out how to do it.
Okay, so in the journal, you went to your character sheet, right?
Yeah.
So at the top middle,
Did that do?
you did it.
Oh, how do I get 0?
Well, so you would just have to click on your token first. That's okay though, because I can put it in manually.
Okay.
All right, so that's kind of the list of like who like jumps into action first. So the goblins, like, they are legit, but Reyna is on top of the wagon, and she actually spots them first. The two that are hiding, they do not really do a good job. So theoretically, like, as Therese kind of like steps into the forest to try to scout out a little bit, these two jump out and kind of like rush her. But at the same time, these other two also, you guys kind of see pop out of the trees, and they're pulling back these short bows. First to act is actually going to be Reyna.
Okay. So Reyna wants to use her longbow
Okay.
and probably shoot the one closest to Teresa.
All right, so that guy,
Right?
yeah, he's about 50 feet away. Should be an easy
Okay.
shot. So you ended up rolling 12 plus 2, so 14. I don't know why I just didn't add it for you, but so yeah, you guys always take the number on the left unless you have advantage for some reason. There are certain times where a spell will make you have advantage, or certain scenarios where I'll tell you have advantage on a creature or whatever. But so anyway, so that means it's a 14 total to hit. So you have to match the armor class of the goblin. So as you kind of shoot this arrow at the goblin, you can see him as he's rushing in. He just kind of like sidesteps as he sees it coming, and it just kind of grazes past him. And he missed.
Darn. Little bastard.
Okay, so every turn you have an action. You can do a bonus action if you have one, which at level 1 you guys probably don't. You also have movement and a reaction. And a free action. A free action can be something simple as like yelling out to somebody or dropping something. Your movement, you can move up to your character's movement speed, which is also on your character sheet. It tells you in like the top left or right box, little square box.
Okay.
Or you can stay there.
Is this
No.
anyone, or is this just one person?
So this is still...
Is it just Reyna?
Yeah, this is Reyna right now, but when it's your
Okay.
guys' turn, you'll have the same options.
Got it. Okay.
Okay, I'm not seeing it.
So, character sheet, and just above where your current hit points are, you're up in that little gray area, there's a little box, little square box that says speed. It says you have 30 movement speed, so you can... Okay, so you can theoretically move 6 spaces, because on this board, it's about... Each square typically is 5 feet.
Okay, I'm gonna move a little closer.
Right, so you could probably jump down off the side of the cart,
Wagon.
the wagon, yep, and then kind of make your way along the side of the forest, or use the horses as a shield, whatever you want to do.
Yeah, I'll go over here. Does that work?
Yeah, that works. Okay.
Fair.
All right, cool. So that brings up the goblin. So this goblin in the forest is he sees Therese running over here. He also sees the arrow that Reyna shot at his little friend. So he's gonna use his short bow to take a shot at you, Reyna. He has an 80-foot range on the short bow. So he rolls a 12. So this is where we look at your armor class. Like if you just click on your character's token, it'll show you in the blue circle your armor is 15. So in order for him to hit you, it would have to be 15 or higher. So he rolls a 12. So again, you kind of like dart off and you run behind some thick like hedges and stuff, and the arrow just kind of like sails over your head as he kind of loses track of you. That brings up the goblin from the north. He comes like rushing in with a scimitar in his hand. He moves his, he also gets about 30 feet, so he comes like rushing up behind you, Therese, as you're not really paying attention, and he comes screaming in with a scimitar in his hand with a 6. He goes to hit you, and you turn around just in time to kind of like dodge out of the way as he misses.
Holy shit. She just dodging in the middle of this.
And then the other goblin that you heard in the forest, he comes rushing out, but you're ready for this guy, but let's just see what he can do. He has a scimitar in his hand as he's kind of like snarling. And he rolls a natural 1, so that's an automatic miss.
Okay.
Look at that. He rolls a natural 1 and a natural 20.
Nice.
Holy shit.
So both extremes there. So yeah, you see him coming, and he just kind of trips and falls and lands prone in front of you as he's kind of running out of the forest.
Oh, God.
So he's that guy's not the best. I don't know. I'm just gonna put a little symbol on him. It just means he's laying down in front of you. And actually, that brings up your turn, Therese, as you see this goblin just epic fail in front of you.
Oh, God.
So now,
I mean,
something that's on the ground in front of you, if you were to attack them with like a melee weapon, you would have advantage on it. So that means you get to roll 2 dice and you take the higher attack.
okay, I think I'm gonna probably go for stabbing him or ending him somehow. I guess. Do I just roll?
So roll for your you have a
Short sword?
Yep.
Yeah.
There you go. So a 13 to hit, because you will have advantage, so you take the bigger number. So even though he's on the ground, and you kind of stab down towards him, and he just kind of like rolls out of the way, and he's like, ah!
Oh God, my stats suck.
Level 1's hard. All right, so that leaves you still with your movement.
Can I move?
So now the only problem is if you move, you risk also taking an attack of opportunity. So if you try to leave out of the range of somebody, they can try to make a swipe at you. So.
Can I try to kill the other one?
Not yet. Unfortunately, at level 1, you only have 1 attack.
Okay, so
So the only thing I guess you technically probably have left is like a safe thing that you could do with like a free action. You could yell for help or something. But.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I guess I will yell out all the positions. I mean, do I see all the orcs?
Yeah, so all these goblins are like...
I mean, not the orcs, the goblins.
Yeah, the goblins,
okay.
They rolled terrible for stealth. They were trying to hide in the bushes, but you spotted all of them, and then, like, as soon as you spotted them, I picture you just yelling out, "Oh, we got company! Over here, over here!"
Okay, so I already did that.
Alright.
So or are we saying that I'm going to do that right now?
Yeah, I'm sure you're just yelling that out right now.
Okay, let's just say that, yeah, I guess that's what I'm doing.
Okay.
I don't know, I can't think much, I'm so lame.
No, you're good, you're good.
You're good. Okay.
Alright, so I'm assuming that's it for your turn, and then that brings up the other goblin who unstealthily is hiding in the woods. He sees Reyna across the trail there, because there's a large boulder kind of in the way that's kind of blocking his view of the cart and the rest of the party. So he draws a short bow and takes a shot at Reyna. Wow, these guys are terrible. So he misses, but goblins have a cool thing they get to do. They get to take a bonus action, which allows them to try to hide back in the bushes. So he's going to make a dexterity check to see if he can hide. Wow, with an 8, these guys are all rolling super great. So as long as you guys all have at least a passive perception, which is the red number in when you click on your character, which you guys all do. I think everybody has normally like a 10 or above. So yeah, this guy thinks he's like hiding. He's hiding behind like the smallest little tree, and you can totally see him. And that brings up Tormund.
Okay. I can't move close enough to hit anyone with the melee weapon, could I?
Oof, probably not. So I mean,
Just have 25 speed.
oh yeah, you got those little dwarf legs, so you probably the nearest guy, he's 50 feet. So the only thing you could possibly do is take the dash action, which allows you to double your movement speed. So you could rush in there, but you wouldn't be able to make an attack.
Could I do that and then do a bonus action for an attack? I have an ability that's a bonus action for an attack.
So go ahead and post it in the chat, and then we'll see what it says. War Priest, huh? First level, your god delivers books of inspiration.
Oh, I have to use the attack action.
Yeah, so then you wouldn't be able to do that.
Okay.
That's pretty cool. That was a good idea.
That is pretty cool. Wow.
What if I use the crossbow?
You
Does that have a range?
Yeah, so
Okay.
at this point, we could, totally say that you don't even pull your shield. Actually, I don't even know. Do you have a shield?
I believe I do, yes.
Okay, so crossbows, like right now, would be a perfect idea. Like where you grab the crossbow out and get ready to fire. So when we come back to this at some other point, like when you're arming a shield, that takes an action to pull a shield out, just to let you know in the future.
So is that something we should say, like, when we were leading up to the initiative roll?
Exactly. So that's the one
Kind
thing.
of ready a weapon if you intend to be ranged versus melee or something?
Yeah, you got it, because that allows you to like have that shield already at your disposal before you like jump into combat, and the DM's like, oh, well, you didn't have your shield out, so. So I like that. I definitely think that like if at this point that you would see these goblins like rushing out, so you're instantly thinking, I ain't gonna run over there, so I'm pulling the crossbow out. So as long as they're within range of the crossbow, you should be able to take a shot at one of these guys about 50 feet away.
How do I see the range?
So you can use the little ruler on the left-hand side.
Or, I mean, the range of the crossbow.
Oh, and so on the character sheet, it should say. I'm looking at the wrong.
This is attack and damage type.
Oh, it doesn't say on the character sheet, does it? Okay, so you can look that up easily enough if you want to in the compendium. So the black circle with the eye.
So I have a crossbow. Mine says 8320.
Okay, yeah. So your crossbow is like 80 feet. That's at like normal like range, and 320 would be at disadvantage. That's just like taking a blind shot and just launching the thing.
Oh, okay. So I don't have disadvantage for this one.
Right, because he's within 50 feet or within that 80 feet. So certain crossbows have better range too. Like you're gonna have a heavy crossbow that might do like 120 feet, or whatever. Like Reyna's got a longbow. She can shoot that thing at disadvantage at like 600 feet, which is ridiculous. But.
Jeez.
Okay, so I'll move my max movement and then attack with the crossbow.
Perfect. That's
to
a
the
great
closest
idea.
one.
Any goblins dead yet?
No.
Okay.
No, it's like everybody's been swinging and just missing.
Yeah,
And they're all
nobody's-
rushing, like, they're all visible to us now, though, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. They also
Okay.
try to hide, and they're also terrible at hiding, apparently. These are the worst goblins ever.
Okay.
All right, so Tormund, yeah, you can move your each space is 5 feet, so you can move 25 feet, so 5 spaces.
You can do that diagonally?
Yeah, you can move diagonal or any way you want. So
Okay,
the only thing
so
you
I'll
can't
go-
do is cross over like through an enemy space, and at the same time, if you cross through like one of your allies' spaces, that would count as double movement. But from where
Okay.
you're at, like right now, you wouldn't have any of those penalties. So.
Okay, and then I'll just attack the one there.
Okay. Make a crossbow attack. All right, a 16 will hit. So as you kind of like rush in there, pull out the crossbow, take a big shot, and you just shoot this dude. You just one-shot him as this crossbow bolt flies through and just hits him right in the back, and he falls over.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Awesome. I can use my bonus action now to attack the other one.
Let's see. So when you use the attack action, you can make one weapon attack as a bonus action. Yeah, you can use this feature a number of times equal to your wisdom modifier. Yeah, so go right ahead.
Okay, I'll mark that on my sheet first.
Oh, nice. Sweet. So which one did you shoot? The one that was
The one right below the other one.
this guy down here?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to say you shoot a different guy, only because so when you have a ranged weapon and somebody's laying on the ground, you actually have disadvantage. I don't know if that really makes a whole lot of sense, but I guess it kind of does. If you're trying to shoot at somebody that's laying down, it's harder to hit them when they're laying down. But yeah, you probably are within range to shoot the guy up on top of the hill.
That sounds good.
Yeah, he was trying to be all sneaky, and you shoot him with a 19 to hit. So, unfortunately, like even though you lock right on him, it just ends up hitting him in the leg, and you hear him cry out as the crossbow bolt just sticks right through his leg. So he's still alive, but he's looking mad and hurt. Yeah, so excellent turn. Anything else you can do?
I don't think so.
I don't think at this point you can. Level 1 is very limited on the things you can do, but
I'm surprised I could do that.
yeah, that was pretty badass. I like it. Okay, that brings up Cora.
So, I notice the goblin right to the south of Reyna, and as the other goblin went down, I pulled my short bow out and try to hit the one that's right south of Reyna.
This guy over here?
Yeah, right there.
Alright, so again, that guy you're going to have disadvantage on, but you can still take a shot. It just means you're less likely to hit him because he's like laying down in the grass.
Okay. I'll just go for it.
Yeah, sure.
And then... Okay, so now... Sorry, what do I do from here?
Okay, so yeah, you're going to click on your character sheet.
Okay.
And then you're going to go down to the middle that says attacks and spell casting or something. I keep closing out of...
Okay, yeah.
Okay, and then just click on the name of the weapon that you're going to use. There you go. So at disadvantage means you would take the smaller number, so it's a 9. So you try to take a shot from way back there, and it just kind of like ricochets off the side of the embankment. And Therese kind of looks up in it for a second, like, "Well, that was close."
Can I move?
Yep, you can still move. Yep, you can move up to your movement speed, which is on your character sheet, which is at probably 25.
Yes,
Yeah.
25.
Yep, so you got those little legs too. Now, halflings have a cool thing that's called halfling luck. So whenever you roll a 1, you can re-roll that die.
Did I roll one?
If that ever comes up. I just figure I'd let you know, 'cause
Okay.
it's going to come up at some point, and I don't want you to forget.
Is the rock too high for me to, like, jump on?
Yeah, that rock is probably about a good 10 feet high. It'll make really good cover. Probably not as good for climbing on.
Okay, I'll just run up to the edge, like the front edge of the boulder, wanting to go for the other goblin that's up to the north.
Nice, I like it. Yeah, so go ahead and move on wherever you think you want to be. Up to 25 feet. Perfect. Yeah. So that's also a good like defensive position, because if he tries to take a shot at you, you're gonna have some cover behind that rock, which will make it harder for him to hit you. Maybe not for this guy. He's probably watching you do that, but we'll see what happens. All right, so Cora takes a shot, misses, finds a better defensive position, and Gabby sort of springs to action in the back of the wagon.
Yeah, right. He goes last, so he just kind of wakes up from his nap, and he's like, "What?" Then he sees all this action going on, and at the end, he decides to snipe this guy in the back here with his short bow, his crossbow. Sorry, at max range. And he goes for it.
Oh, a 15 is just gonna hit, and that was this dude out here.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, yeah. So that dude with his awesome shot, you kind of wake up and kind of like rub your eyes a little bit, and you loose this arrow over at him, and you hear him scream out, "Ah!" You didn't even see that one coming, but it's not enough to kill him, but it definitely hits him like square in the shoulder.
Yeah, still got it. That's all for my turn, actually.
Okay. All right, so Raina, that's back to you again.
Okay, Raina is going to use her longbow again and try to get the guy up in the northern side.
All right.
Oh,
All right, 17 plus 2 said 19 to hit. So yeah, you just snipe this dude from over there, and you get him right in the throat, and you hear him, "Ah!" And he just kind of falls over in the forest dead. Gnarly.
okay. And then I'm going to move up a little bit. Okay. That ends my turn.
Okay. That brings up the other goblin across the road here. He is going to see that his brother over there just got shot, so he's going to take a shot at you, Raina, with his short bow. With a 21 to hit, so that's definitely gonna hit you right in the leg with this arrow for 3 points of piercing damage. So you can just subtract that from your character sheet.
Okay.
And then with that, he's going to. You guys see him shoot this arrow, and he just kind of darts off. Let's see, around 30 feet. So you see him like run, kind of like out of the woods, jump off this embankment, and kind of like nimbly land in the center of the road, and you see him like an arrow sticking out of his shoulder, and blood kind of running down him as he's kind of like snarling and looking a little disoriented. All right, so that brings up this guy. He's dead. Then it brings up the next goblin. So the goblin that's laying down, he finally stumbles back up to his feet. That uses half of his movement. And he kind of like gets himself back up with his scimitar in his hand, and he makes an attack at Therese with a 9 to hit. So that's not enough to meet your armor class, as he kind of like just blindly waves the scimitar in your direction. You kind of just kind of step one side, step back out of the way, and he misses you. Then it's your turn again.
Oh, can I ask something? Did that goblin got up and then attacked?
Yep.
Oh, so it doesn't take like a whole turn to get up or something like that?
Nope. So standing up from laying down, from being prone, takes half of your movement speed. So he used 15 of his speed to stand up and make an attack. And then actually he's going to do a bonus action, because goblins can do that. And he can also take the disengage action, so which means he can run away without taking a hit, is what disengage means. And so he's going to run his remaining movement speed of 15 feet also towards the dead horses. So 5. He kind of leaps over his dead friend here. He's about in the middle of the road. But yeah, so anybody can. It doesn't take a whole action to stand up. It's half your movement speed.
Cool. Thank you.
Yep. I'm sorry. So Therese, it's still your turn.
Yeah. I'm deciding which one to kill first.
Yeah, he's a little scared of you. He kind of just like he takes an attack and he just starts like booking for it. He's out of here.
The thing is, I don't want the other one to get away, so maybe I should kill this brother. And let someone else finish off this one. Okay, I'm gonna try for my longbow. At the one that jumped into the middle of the road.
Okay. Yep. Oh, nice. Yeah, so you kind of like slide your short sword into its sheath, whip out the bow off your back, the long bow, and you just loose an arrow with perfect accuracy at this goblin who just landed on the road, and it like shoots him in the back, and he falls over dead.
And I can still move, right?
Yeah, you can still move.
Okay, I'm gonna try to block this goblin from running away.
Okay.
Somehow. Chase after him, I don't know.
I like it, that works. Alright, I'm assuming that's it for your turn.
Yeah, that's...
So this other goblin in the woods, that was his turn, but he's dead, so that brings up Tormund again.
Yeah, I'll run. So can I make it right in front of him?
5, 10, 15. Yeah, you can
Yeah.
head him right off.
And then can I just try to like restrain him?
You certainly can. So some things you can do is you can do non-lethal damage, so you can make an attack, like not to kill him, but to like, you know, maim him, maybe knock him down, like swing at his kneecaps or something, and just like with the back of your I don't know, what kind of weapon do you have? Back of your axe or
Warhammer.
Warhammer. Oh, even better. Just kind of like go mini golfing for his ankles.
You're welcome.
But yeah, so if you want to do that, you just say you want to do non-lethal damage and make an attack at him.
Okay, so yeah, I'll do non-lethal damage and.
Oh yeah, yeah. So that's enough to just knock him down to the ground, and he's unconscious. He's still alive, but yeah, you definitely messed him up.
And just for future reference, are you just being like generous and letting us take out weapons when we want them right now?
Yeah. So like usually, what I do is I do like, think of this like Call of Duty style, where it's like you can do like quick change weapons. So depending on if it's only one weapon, like you can take a sword away and pull out a bow, but like a shield takes a whole action to pull out. How do I say this? So like,
Is that because it's armor?
Yeah, because armor it's a little bit different. Yeah, it actually in the its rules is written that it takes an action to don and doff a shield. And armor is even longer. You can't just like take off your chainmail in the middle of battle. It takes like 10 minutes or something like that to actually like take chainmail off. But weapon swapping, I usually like let everybody, my players, just like swap out, unless it's like you're dual wielding. So like if you have a crossbow and you try to pull two swords out at the same time, that's where it gets a little bit trickier, because you're not only are you like stowing one weapon with one hand, you don't really have the two hands to pull two more swords back out. If that kind of makes any sense.
Okay.
I know it's like a weird gray area. A lot of DMs like are real sticklers about you can only like do one weapon at a time or this or that, but I kind of like the quick weapon swapping as long as it kind of makes sense. If that answers your question.
Yeah, that's perfect. I like it.
Okay. All right, so theoretically now you guys are out of combat. As this goblin is kind of half awake, you know, he's kind of stumbling around on the ground, and it probably takes a few minutes, but he eventually comes to. And he looks up to see Tormund and Therese standing over him. I'm assuming the rest of you guys could also, at this point, you can move and do whatever you want. Yeah, so this goblin, he starts like waking up, and he's like, let me go!
I didn't. Wait, Tormund, why did you not kill him?
So good.
I figured they have a reason for ambushing us.
Okay, so you want to question him?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just kind of on the lookout, basically. Just making sure no other goblins or anything come our way.
Okay. Is anybody watching the wagon?
Gabby was, but
He's like, forget that.
Could someone be?
Raina will go back and watch the wagon.
It's like 6 goblins run out of the woods and just hijack it. All right, so I picture like Tormund's got like his warhammer kind of like just resting on the chest of this goblin as he's trying to like wake up and get up, and he's like kind of flailing, and he's like, let Mort go.
Mark.
Mort,
Okay, so
don't call me short.
so Gabby walks up to him and says, "Well, Mork, you better tell us the reason why you and your folk are harassing innocent travelers. Otherwise, I'll let my friend Tormund here finish you off."
And I'll raise my hammer into the air.
Okay, so Gabby, make an intimidation check at advantage as he looks up as Tormund's holding this sledgehammer with his warhammer. Oh my god! So he looks up at you and he's like, "Oh, okay, I'm just doing my job."
Oh, so you're under employ. Now, who might your employer be?
King Grawl. Yeah, he tells the Cragmaw tribe to ambush travelers. But Clark is my boss. But don't tell him I failed, please.
And where can we find your boss?
No, I don't know.
I say we throw him onto the wagon and take him with us.
Oh, I was going to suggest killing him, but okay.
No, you don't kill Mort. Let Mort go.
Then tell us where your boss is.
Make an intimidation or a persuasion check, whichever route you want to go with this. Are you playing good cop, bad cop here? Or?
I mean, my skills lean towards the good cop, but I guess we can swap. I don't mind at all. Tormund can be the good cop.
Yeah, I can be the good cop. Sure.
All right. Perception. Okay. Persuasion would have been better, but.
Oh, persuasion. That's what I meant to do. That's my bad.
I'll let you reroll. I'll give you an advantage
like
on it though, because like he is completely surrounded now. So with a 13, he's just like, okay. If you promise not to hurt Mort will tell you more. The Cragmaw cave is just up there. And he like kind of points up to the north in the woods. Follows the trail. Don't hurt Mort. Mort has a family.
And we can see the trail to the north?
Not quite where you're standing from, but...
I look at him and just say, take us to the trail.
Wait, 1 second. I say wait 1 second. I feel like we should secure some kind of reward for this before we go. Like, is it possible to talk to whoever we're escorting and try to get like a reward? Oh, you know what? Maybe we'll bring proof to Phandalin and try to get a reward there
for the dead goblin.
Yeah, or even for if we do wipe out this this nest. Sorry, Mort.
No, Mort has a family and kids.
Can I look through the dead orcs' bodies to find, like, steal shit off of them or something? I don't know.
Okay, so I'll give you guys a minute. You guys have to take a couple of minutes to kind of like check out this area. You're kind of like checking the dead bodies, looking over the horses. So anybody that wants to do that, go ahead and make an investigation check.
Oh, like all of us make one?
Well, I'm assuming like Tormund and Gabby, you guys are probably like making sure that Mort doesn't run off. But Therese, you start looking around at some of the dead bodies, but one of the things that catches your eye is there's a map case that's kind of laying near one of the dead horses as you kind of walk over to go check out the guy that you sniped.
Oh, okay.
You pick it up, and it looks like this leather map case, or like a scroll case, and you kind of like pop the top of it open, and it's empty.
Aw.
And you guys are kind of looking around. Like Val's taking a look around. She doesn't see much. Or Cora, sorry, you're looking through like the saddlebags of the horses and stuff, but you don't find much in there. But what you guys do find is on one of the goblins, you do find a potion of healing. So I'll say, Therese finds the potion of healing on the dead goblin that she.
Didn't one of us get hit pretty bad?
Raina did a little.
I guess I can give it to her. Right?
Yeah, you guys can do whatever you want with it.
I'd appreciate it.
I give the potion to Raina. For her. Where did she get hit again?
I think
My leg.
Yeah, she took an arrow to the leg.
Oh, yeah. The leg.
Yeah, so he's still over there. He's like kind of like getting a little impatient. All right, I'll show you the trail, and then you let Mort go, right?
We'll talk about that then, Mark.
I tell Morg that we're totally gonna let him go, and then I roll a deception check.
Okay, go ahead. Mort doesn't quite believe you, but I guess I have no choice.
Yeah, I pat his shoulder and say, "You can hold out hope, little buddy."
Oh. All right, so yeah, you guys kind of look around, and you don't really find any money or anything like that, or anything of value on the goblins. The goblins themselves, they have like these crappy-looking scimitars. Like their weapons are definitely nothing compared to what you guys have. They don't have much on them. I mean, they're wearing like loincloths, so they don't have any pockets or anything like that. Other than that, yeah, just the potion of healing that one of them had in his waistband. But after a few minutes, you guys make your way into the forest, kind of following Mort, and he leads you to this trail. And the trail kind of... actually, are you guys going to do anything with the wagon or anything before you leave?
Yeah, it'd be great to secure it, but like, any ideas?
Someone have a rope or something?
Should someone stay back?
Ooh, number one rule, never split the party.
Yeah.
Okay.
We can't use the we can't continue to use it.
Well, so the trail is like definitely off-road, and it's like
Got
a
it.
small game trail, so probably not going to happen.
Oh, we just kind of tie the
I mean,
horse.
do we all really want to do this? Go after this goblin dude?
Oh, heck yeah.
Oh, and I failed to mention. Sorry, I like jumped the gun a little bit. So, like the horses that were shot, you guys do notice that these were the horses of Gundren and his companion Sildar.
Ooh.
Oh well, in that case, yes.
Uh-oh.
So many more questions for this goblin.
Go ahead. I kind of left that little detail out.
Can we take the horses?
Do you think they're taken? Because I don't see their bodies here.
Ooh, yeah, you're probably right.
Okay, I guess we better rescue them then.
Yeah, I think we just tie up the horses and we decide that the the humanoid lives are more important.
Can I just ask the goblin what happened to the people on the horses?
Well, I'll tell you, the dwarf and the human, they got captured by 12 goblins. They dragged them through the forest to the Kragma cave.
Okay, so we should definitely go to this cave.
Yes, for the reward. Let's go.
Okay, let's do it.
With these poor horses. Okay. Okay.
All right, so you guys are just gonna. I mean, you can easily enough just like kind of take the wagon, put it off the side of the road, kind of cover it over in some trees, and tie the horses up, and hope that nobody eats the horses while you're gone.
Uh-huh.
Anything else you want to do before you start heading down the trail, Goblin Trail?
I'll switch to having my shield back out and just like one-handing the warhammer.
Nice.
Is there anything in the wagon that we can use in case we need it?
There's some supplies in there. So there was a couple lanterns that maybe could be of use. There was shovels, crowbars.
Was there a rope? Never know.
Let's see. Say evens. There's a rope. There's no rope.
Actually, I have a Dungeoneer's pack, so I have those things. Is that cool?
That's totally cool.
Oh, yeah.
You guys all should
Yes.
have some sort of rope and stuff. Most adventurers do.
Okay. Double checking.
Yeah, Gabby's ready for his his midday hike, so he just starts going on the trail. Oh, actually, he starts going on the trail and he stops and he says, "Can someone with a little, with some higher perception go ahead, please?" Or just kind of sticks next to Tormund. He feels safe.
I think my perception's I guess I have 3 extra points. I mean, wait, 3 bonus points for my perception, right? Does anyone else has higher?
Yeah, I think like Therese would be definitely a good option because you're kind of the wilderness survival person anyway.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I can do that.
So all right. So what's going to be the orders? Are you guys having Mort go first, kind of like lead the way, or is he kind of in the back of the pack, or are you dragging him behind on a rope?
We like have him on a leash instead of dragging him.
Oh my god! Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're so inhumane.
Poor Mort. He has a family, you know. All right. So Mort is on a leash. Who's holding on to Mort's leash?
Okay, so actually, I whispered to Reyna that I'm a little bit, I'm a little worried that Morg might try to warn his tribe mates when we get there. So I think that we should, and then I just kind of like do the no slice movement.
That's horrible. Nice.
So kill him.
I leave it up to Reyna.
You can
God, I
gag
don't
him
know.
if you don't want him to talk.
Mort,
Yeah.
be quiet. Mort never talks.
Well, if we hear a peep, we'll kill you.
No, Mort has a family.
Can we check if he's lying or not?
Yeah,
About the family?
Do it. Make an insight check.
No, I'm not very good at this level.
As far as you know, Mort seems legit. You think he has a family?
Anyone else has better insight?
You think he has a family? You can't even tell if he's lying.
Right. I mean, you don't know like the subtle like mannerisms of goblins to tell if they're lying or not.
Say true. One of us is versed in goblin body language or something.
Well, goblins are my favorite enemies, so wouldn't I have an advantage?
Okay, I'll give it to you.
Okay. So was he lying?
So Mort does appear to be lying.
Oh.
So you've studied orcs and goblins enough to kind of understand that like They never tell the truth.
Yeah, guys. I think he has to go.
Do what you must.
Yeah, we're all just kind of leaving it. Yeah, you know.
No.
Everyone turns around and like starts whistling.
You look over, like Mort is starting to shake a little bit.
Maybe I just sneak up behind him and just. I mean, what's the most painless way to end this?
Oh my god, poor Mort.
What's the most humane?
I don't know.
You're just gonna like coup de grace him and just come up behind him and just slice his throat.
Yeah, I think just slitting his jugular is probably the fastest, honestly. Yeah, I think that's what I'm good. You guys are okay with this, right?
Yeah.
Everyone let him go.
I mean,
It's part of the job.
Or tie him up somewhere and leave him.
Would Tormund approve of this? Are you a lawful good paladin or cleric?
Neutral good.
Okay.
I think we could use him to get to the cave and maybe tie him up once we find, like, can see it from a distance. Don't let him get close to it. If everyone's worried about him
Can we gag him?
yelling out. That's a good idea.
I would gag him.
Okay,
Yeah, let's do
we'll
that.
gag him. Okay.
Okay, you gotta take some of your rope
Oh.
and you tie a little piece off and you
Yeah.
kind of wrap it around his mouth and you just see him like drooling all over the rope. He's like, all right, so you guys are start headed off down the trail. Mort is on a leash and gagged. So who's going first? So we say Teresa's going first.
I think I'm going first.
And then who's behind you?
I guess Mort and whoever's holding his rope.
I guess I'll hold the rope.
That's probably a good idea, so he doesn't get murdered.
Be
Gabby.
behind them.
Okay, yeah, sure, go for it.
Okay.
And he goes right behind them. He wishes he was in the middle, but he'll take it.
He's kind of scared being in the back. So that leaves Cora like bringing up the rear, the little halfling all by herself.
Yeah, but that's fine because I'm kind of like keeping a lookout.
Nice. Okay, I like it. So you guys start making your way down this trail, and it's probably about 10 minutes down the trail. Go ahead and make a perception check, Therese.
Mm-hmm. Oh, whoops! I didn't mean rope ties.
That's okay. The 11's good enough anyway. So you make your way down the trail, and you start hearing like more kind of like he sounds like he's snickering a little bit. And as he's doing that, you stop and think for a second, like Therese, that goblins are shady. And you stop for a second, and you kind of look up, and you see across the path just up ahead is kind of like a makeshift goblin trap. It looks like a snare that's kind of like hidden in the leaves.
I tell everyone that there's a trap coming up, and I pull a knife onto. I pull a knife out and put it right up against Mort's throat, and ask what's so funny.
he stops laughing.
Yeah.
And then like he takes. I'm assuming you guys have his hands bound, maybe.
Yeah.
And I don't know where his leash. I mean, he's not wearing any like a shirt or anything, so you probably have a rope tied to his bindings, and he just kind of like points over at the trap ahead of you. And you walk over, and you've seen these types of traps before, Teresa. I mean, you've probably even made them yourselves to catch like animals and things in the forest. So
I can undo it, or we can just avoid it.
yeah, it's up to you guys. You sidestep, kind of point out the way, and And you make your way down the trail a little bit more, and you guys get about like another 10 minutes or so down the trail. And at this point, like the trail starts getting a little bit more narrow as you kind of get deeper and deeper back into the forest. And all like the rain for the past couple days, like everything is kind of like really wet back there, and like it starts getting a little bit muddier. Make another perception check, Therese.
Okay.
Damn. Can't fool you. So like, yeah, you get a little bit further up ahead and you stop everybody real quick, and you realize like oldest trick in the book. You see this point. There was a bunch of like branches covering over the narrow trail, and you can tell that there's definitely like a covered pit trap just up ahead.
Okay.
And this time, like you look back at
so.
Mort, and he's just like looking down at his feet.
Are you even taking us the right way, Mort? I guess should I ungag him? I don't know. I feel like this is.
I feel like if there's traps, it might be the right
he's a
way.
liability. I guess.
I have faith that you can avoid all the traps. So.
Okay. But I'm just worried he's taking us to the wrong place.
Can we quickly ungag him, and I'll give a really hard tug on the rope and ask if there's any more traps?
Yeah,
Sure.
That sounds good.
All right, make another intimidation check, Tormund, at advantage this time.
I'm very uncharismatic.
That's okay. Chance enough as you just grab the rope, and he's just like, no, Mort's so sorry. This is the right way. The Cragmont cave is just up ahead.
Okay. So we keep going.
Yeah, I re-gag him.
I'll gag him. Yeah.
All right, so you guys keep making your way further and further back into the forest, and you come across a small stream, and the stream kind of like opens up into a small clearing. And as you kind of follow the edge of the stream, and you walk for another 10 minutes or so, and just up ahead, you notice the large cave. It's in the side of a hill, and at this point, you're about maybe 5 miles or so from where the ambush happened. And you actually watch this, where this mouth of the cave is, and the stream actually flows into the cave. And along the sides of the cave, like on both sides, are these thick, like briars and thickets. Besides that, you see like a dry, narrow path on like the right-hand side of this mouth of the cave. That kind of like goes right into the cave, but it's just above, like elevation-wise, above the stream, maybe like 2 or 3 feet or so.
I think that's the cave. Is it? Is that the cave? That we're looking for?
I would think so. If it's a cave, that we were being led to.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Should we tie up Mork here and stuff him in the forest, in a bush?
Stuff him in the bush.
Sure. I mean, I'd rather kill him, but.
Well, I'm gonna go put him over by this tree, and then I'll look the other way.
Oh my god.
Wait, what?
I know I'm not the goblin hater, so I'll let the goblin goblin haters decide.
Yeah, he's a liability. I'm sorry. I guess, so he's just, I mean, what are we doing? You tied him somewhere?
I just left him over by the bushes.
Okay. I guess, I walk her over and slit his throat.
Oh, poor Mort. Rest in peace, buddy.
Wow.
Gabby makes a mental note to never cross Raina.
Well, that's Therese, the natural born
It's true.
killer.
Oh, Therese, my bad.
Yeah, Raina didn't do that.
Claiming the kill. I'm sorry.
I was gonna just hit him with the head with a crowbar and then walk away.
Knock him out.
And just knock him out.
All right, so you guys are kind of like positioned down here at the. I don't know if you can see on the map here. You're at the bottom, the mouth of this cave, and on both sides of the cave are these like bushes and thickets. You can see the water flowing into the cave mouth.
Can I check if there are any guards or something hiding in the bush? Or hiding in the...
All right, so how about you roll stealth and you roll a stealth check as you kind of like make your way up along the side of the stream. Oh, damn!
Wow.
Ow.
I never rolled that good.
Okay. Should I put my person on there?
Yeah, you guys can put yourself on the map. I mean, you're probably all like on the lower part of the map here. This is the body of Mort.
I'll just shove him into the river so he just gets washed away. Where does the river flow?
Well, the river flows into the.
Okay, never mind. Then I don't.
That would be bad.
Well, it'd be a good distraction if there are any goblins in there. I don't know, but give us away. Never mind. Okay, I'll just leave his body.
Yeah, his body floats in there in front of all of his friends.
Yeah, we just read it there.
Okay, so yeah, 24 for stealth. So yeah, you start making your way, Therese, up the side of the stream. Make a perception check.
Okay. Oh god, that's bad.
Ooh, that 4 is.
Yeah, that's
great.
bad.
So you don't hear anything as you're making your way closer and closer to the edge of the cave.
Well, I'm still stealthed, right?
But you're still pretty quiet. You're
Super
quiet,
stealthy.
but you don't really see anything else going on.
Hmm.
Oh, that was supposed to be a whisper roll. Wow, these guys are terrible. So you're making your way up to the mouth of the cave, but all of a sudden you start hearing like some noises, even with your terrible perception roll. Off in the distance, like behind some briars, you hear like the sound of 2 voices, and they sound like goblinoid voices. They're not speaking common, but you can hear they're definitely 2 goblins that are arguing.
I motion to the team that there's company in the woods somewhere there. Can I sneak over?
Yeah, with a 24, I'll say that you can actually sneak over to the opposite side of the stream pretty quietly.
Mm-hmm.
And as you do that, you...
Am I close enough to hear?
Yeah, so you're close enough to actually kind of peek through the bushes and see these 2 goblins that are kind of supposed to be on patrol or whatever, guarding this area. And they see you see them kind of like pushing and fighting each other a little bit. But neither one of them see you, at least for the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Can I like follow Therese and just like join her stealthily as well?
Yeah, you sure can. So you guys can all roll for stealth. Tormund's going to have disadvantage because he's wearing the heavy armor.
Ooh, nice.
We stealthy.
But yeah, average-wise, like with that, you guys rolled 3 24s, so the majority of the party is stealthy enough. Even over like Tormund's kind of like clank, 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 clank in the back. You guys are all...
Our silence is just so loud that Tormund's clanking is drowned out.
Right, yeah, such good silence. But like the sound of the stream flowing, like kind of masks the sound of his armor and his like heavy breathing as he's like, I've had enough of this. But yeah,
He's just around him.
So you guys make your way up alongside of Therese, and you guys all hear these two goblins kind of like fighting over here in the bushes.
Can we? What are they saying?
Do you speak Goblin?
Yeah. Oh. I thought I did, but I don't. Oh wait, let me see. Yes, I do.
Okay.
Wow.
So it sounds like they're arguing over like some sort of dice game, and you look closer, and they're rolling like looks like bones, and like one of them's arguing that the other guy cheated.
Okay.
Man, I
Is
thought they were
everyone
going to
near
be
me,
like,
or
I'm sorry, what was that?
is the rest of the party like with me, like around
Yeah.
me?
Yeah. So you guys can put your characters right up behind, stacked up behind Therese.
And I
Should
ask
we
you to
kill them?
translate.
Oh yeah, I mean I just whisper to the party that they just argued over some
Oh,
stupid
okay.
game. Yeah, and I guess are we cool with taking them out?
I mean, you already killed Mort, so I don't see
Yeah.
how you have a problem with it.
Okay.
I mean,
I do
I'd
like the
only
look
feel
of
bad
it.
if they were arguing like, "Yo, is that Morg?" and the other one is like, "Daddy."
When's Daddy coming home?
He actually had a family.
Can we ambush after them?
Oh boy.
Yo, I'm done with. Sorry, I'm done with captain. Just
Yeah.
kill him again. You capture him, you kill him later. Okay, that's the new party rule.
Oh god, it's so cruel though. We should just finish them off like right there.
Yeah,
I mean, unless you really want information, I guess. Okay, fine. We can interrogate them for like who's in the cave and whatever. I guess. Is that what we want to do?
Yeah, that's what you get. That's what you guys want to do.
all right.
Okay.
All right, so what we'll do is we'll roll for initiative. Let me put the tracker up. Okay, so go ahead and roll for initiative. You guys are gonna get some surprise on the goblins because they don't even know you're coming. You're so sneaky.
Oh wait, let's.
Gabby's a little slow on the draw. He's an old man.
He's been around for a while. An 8, yeah, I'd say so. Okay, so the goblins, they don't get an action for the first round because they're surprised as you guys kind of like just you jump out of the bushes after them. So that brings up Therese first to do something.
So can do we just need one? One of them alive, or we want both of them alive?
I mean, we only really need one.
Okay,
I'd say
I'm gonna
keep
kill
one.
the one I'm running. I'm gonna shank the one right next to me and try to kill him. I should have played a rogue, be an assassin.
Yeah, that's enough. As you just like come out of the woods, I just picture you just like emerging out of like this hedgerow with a sword first, and just stick it right through this guy's back, and the other guy just looks up like confused, and he's dead.
Alright, someone needs to catch the other one.
All right, so I'm assuming that's your turn. We'll go right to Cora.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I'm small.
I mean, can you knock him onto the floor or something?
I mean, you could do the same thing. You could run in and do non-lethal damage, like hit him with like a sword, with like the back of your sword or something, try to knock him out.
Yeah, with my dagger, I'll just hit him in the head.
Yeah. That's enough to like stun him for a second, but he's not knocked out. He just looks mad. Like, why did you hit me in the head?
I guess I'll put the dagger like to his throat and just subdue him. Basically,
All right, so
sit still.
I'm gonna put you right up next to him then, as you have the dagger up to him, and that brings up the dead goblin. He doesn't get a turn because he's dead. Go ahead, Raina. So yeah, you just see like Cora just like kind of like sneakily just like jump out of the bushes and smack this goblin, and she's holding a dagger up to him. They're about the same height too.
Okay. So I'm gonna come over and help her and like try to tie him up.
So he's not like subdued yet. Like he
Oh,
gets hit in
okay.
the head, and he reaches for his scimitar, but
Well, I've been dying to use my crowbar. Is that gonna kill him?
you can make an improvised attack. And you can also use your bow if you wanted to like take a non-lethal shot at him. You like just kind of like wound him, you know.
Okay, I'll take a non-lethal shot.
Yeah, he only needs one kidney.
Right.
Well, actually, I have a blowgun, so
See, whatever you want to use.
I'll try with a blowgun so I don't overdo it.
Yeah, so that's enough that you like you just hit him and he goes and he gets this blow dart just like stuck in his throat and he's like and he's subdued right now. He drops the scimitar as Cora just jams this dagger up to his throat and he puts his hands up.
Since he's
I guess I'm speaking to
subdued.
him since I. Okay, so so he's not going to speak common, I'm guessing.
I mean, you can ask him nicely.
Okay, I'll just ask him if he knows common.
Yeah, he says something
does he
like
say?
really rude to you in Goblin.
I smack him.
And he's like, yes, I know common.
Okay. Good. How many goblins are there in the cave?
And you hear him start yelling out, Clark!
Oh shit. I gag him really fast. I don't know, with some rope.
just putting your hand over his face.
Yeah, pretty much. Did he actually call anyone? I mean, did anyone hear that?
I guess you don't know. You can make an intelligence check to think if you think that anybody could have heard with the sound of the water running and stuff.
Perception or wait?
Yeah, make a perception check. That's a good idea.
Oh fuck.
So you don't know. It's possible, like
Oh
like
god.
a dozen goblins could have come running out of that cave any second now.
Great. Someone needs to watch out for it, but I guess someone needs to. I can.
Gabby backs away from the cave entrance.
Way away.
God. I guess we need to ask him, but I mean, okay, just motion to us how many goblins are in the cave, like with your fingers, I guess.
He just sticks up his middle finger.
The dagger
Okay, who
closer
has
to
like
his
high
throat.
intimidation?
Goblins are dicks.
Someone use some
Okay.
intimidation.
I shout all the way from over here. If you don't tell her, she's gonna kill you.
So the goblin just like,
And I
Oh,
shoot the
nice.
hell out of her.
the goblin says, there's 200 goblins in this cave. I wouldn't
Oh,
enter
shit.
if I were you. Turn away now.
Can I check if he's lying?
Go ahead. Insight check
Uh,
with advantage.
Yeah. Oh god.
Oh yeah, he's
Wait.
yeah, you get the 19. He's definitely lying.
I know you're lying. I take my sword out again and put it closer to his throat. Really, how many are there in there?
I don't do math, but less than 20.
Oh. Is Clark in there?
Yes, Clark is in there.
Is the dwarf in... Wait, was he with a human?
Yeah, he was.
Is the dwarf and human also in there, alive?
Well, the human is in the eating cave. The dwarf is gone.
What do you mean the dwarf is gone?
Yesterday,
King Grohl sent a message. He wanted the dwarf. So they came and got him. Took him
Okay.
to Cragmaw Castle.
Sounds like the human's being eaten.
Ah, he is for dinner.
Is he alive, or is he already eaten?
Yeah, he's alive-ish.
Oh god. Okay. Guys, what do you think? Should we go rescue him? Do you think we could take him on?
I mean, I feel
Is
like we
Clark
can use
just
this-
a bigger goblin?
Clog is bigger than goblins. He's got much more hair.
That's bugbear.
Maybe?
Is he an orc?
I think we can take him.
Okay.
I think it's my risk reward calculation. You know, I'm doing my calculations. I think it's worth it. I think we can save the human.
Sure.
Now you let me go.
Okay, so. Nope, sorry.
Wow.
That's gross.
It's easier with practice.
I just love how
okay.
KB removes.
Do I need to
himself
roll
from the
anything for that, or
situation.
just...
No? I mean, he's already been like subdued. So if you want to murk this guy, it's totally up to you.
Yeah, we need to kill him.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I'll make you describe how you do it then.
Yeah, so I take his head off with the short sword.
Oh my god.
Good God.
It's brutal.
The Tormund just kind of turns away and says, "No honor." Kind of walks away from the party a little bit.
I just whelp and shake my head a little bit, but can press on.
Okay. All right. So yeah, before you guys, you see this the massive cave, and it's completely pitch black inside there. So, granted, Tormund you can see in there. Raina you can see in there. The rest of you guys? Oh, actually, no. Therese you can see in there, right? You're a half elf.
Yeah. Yeah.
So basically, Gabby and Cora can't see in there. It's just dark.
Okay, so Gabby lights a torch here, and he's gonna hang back.
Okay.
So as not to surprise the goblin.
Wouldn't that draw attention?
If some of us can see, maybe we just describe what we see.
Oh yeah, you
What
guys.
do we see?
I'll bring up the rear. I'll stay away so that the goblins don't notice me. Don't worry about it.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just follow closely behind someone who can see.
So who's going in first?
Oh,
Well,
Yeah. So
What?
what's your marching order? Who's going in first?
Who can see
Well,
again?
I mean, Tormund has a shield, so
Yeah, I pretty beefy.
yeah. But then you have armor, so it wouldn't be allowed.
I'm very clumsy at the same time.
So Tormund can wait
I guess-
outside.
I'll go near the back.
I'm just kidding.
Okay.
Alright, I can. I mean, either me or Raina, I guess, since she's an elf too.
yeah. Where we both go.
Okay, we'll go. We'll both go at once.
We'll go together.
Okay,
If we're trying to be sneaky about it, do we have to re-roll our stealth since we?
Yeah. I'll
Kinda
always
fought.
make you guys roll for stuff just to trip you up. So also the path going into the cave, the dry part of the path is only wide enough probably for one single file. So it's a small dry path that's only about a foot 1.5 feet wide. So you kind of have to shimmy around the ledge. If you wanted to walk through the water, you could. It's probably only about 2 feet deep. So Cora might have a hard time getting through there, but I think the rest of you guys will probably be okay.
Don't think the water's a good idea, since it will attract noise. I mean, it'll make sounds and stuff.
Wait, I'm
So,
small.
I'll-
Can I just jump on someone's back?
You could. I mean, it's gonna like inhibit the person that's carrying you. But you guys can do what you want.
Who's leading us?
I think I am.
All right, so we got Teresa's going to go in first, followed by
Rena,
and then Tormund.
Yeah, I'll be in the middle.
All right, so I'm going to move you down here. We'll put Rena up here. And then Gabby's got the torch in the back with Cora.
Should I be behind Gabby?
No, please go first.
Okay.
Okay, cool. I like it. So you guys like slowly start making your way in. So yeah, let's start by going ahead and everybody make a stealth check as you kind of enter the cave. See how quiet you can be going in here.
Oh, I rolled.
I already rolled.
Oh, you guys already rolled. Okay.
I think we all rolled a me already.
Yep, we did.
Okay. Yeah, so 24, 15, 22. So yeah, you guys all roll pretty good, obviously, except for the dwarf. He's not meant to be
Clank.
But again, the sound of the water flowing is enough to kind of mask most of the sounds, any sounds that you guys do make. But the rest of you are definitely like freaking ninjas walking into this place. Mm-hmm. But as you start walking into the mouth of the cave, you come across a few steps. Oh, sorry. I'm reading the wrong part. Oh yeah, so just inside the cave, there's a few stone steps kind of lead up to a small, like, little dark chamber on the east side of the passageway. The cave narrows to a steep fissure at the far end and is filled with a stench of like rotting animals and garbage. Also, inside this small chamber is the sounds of snarling and chains rattling. As you see, 3 wolves are chained up just inside the opening. Each wolf's chain leads to an iron rod driven deep into the base of a stalagmite. So what I'll do is review.
Can I talk to them?
Let's see.
I mean, I have animal handling. I don't know if that helps with the... I mean, I'm not Beastmaster yet, so I guess I can't talk to them again.
I mean, you can be like, hey, puppy, but...
Oh. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna try to calm them down and get them to like me.
Alright, so go ahead and roll animal handling. So as you like rolled stealthy enough to like to come in there, like these, you look and these wolves are all like, they're all eating like large bones on the ground that have like flesh kind of like still hanging off the bones.
Oh god. Okay. Can I check if it's the human that we're looking for, or... I mean, is there a way for me to tell?
Yeah, we'll get to that in just a second. So Reyna, you can also go up in there as you're just as stealthy as Therese. So what do you want to do?
I don't know. Let's just walk up and follow her lead, try to check the bones and stuff.
All right, so Teresa, you walk up to the first wolf. You see that's kind of this large black wolf, and you can see like it's like salivating all over this massive bone. And the bone, you can't tell. It's like so mutilated. You don't know, what race it is or species, anything. It's just some sort of nasty looking meat. And then you reach out your hand to try to like kind of calm this wolf down. And as you reach your hand out, and all of a sudden it like looks up and you see its red eyes, and it kind of snaps at your hand, and you pull back real quick and it starts going.
Oh, shit! I hope it doesn't bark.
So Rena, you make your way up in there. You're also like kind of like beside her, and go
go ahead and roll an animal handling check yourself.
Okay.
Nice. So you also like go in there and you watch this happen as Teresa's trying to like calm this wolf down, and you come up from the side and you kind of just make your way in there and you're like shh, like really like calming, and the wolf starts going back to eating its bone, and the other two, they start like snarling, kind of like you can hear them like kind of whimpering a little bit, and you happen to notice though that these bones look like they're almost all stripped from their meat. Like there's probably not a whole lot of time before they're not invested in these bones anymore. What are the rest of you guys doing then at this point?
I will approach the base of the steps.
Okay, Tormund. Okay. As you kind of like reach the base of the steps, you look out into this this kind of cavern system. The ceiling is about 30 feet high, and you see this water flowing right through around a bend into the cave. Up above, about 20 feet up, you see kind of like a rocky sort of platform area. And then that's kind of on the opposite side. Around the same side of you, just up ahead, there's a few small, like stone stairs. It look like they're kind of naturally created in the side of the cave here. That's probably about what you can see before you like reach around the bend here. But all right, go ahead, Gabby and Cora. What are you guys gonna do?
I'll also walk up behind Tormund. Staying at the foot of the steps there.
Yeah, I move up, and I just kind of say, "Oh, good doggies." I guess they look calm enough that we can leave them. So, which way do we want to go?
Up the steps.
So as you guys are kind of near the bottom of the steps, you also start smelling the smell of like decay, of like rotten food, and you kind of peer over. Like Raina, you notice at the far end of this chamber is like it's kind of like a garbage dump. I guess this looks like a place where the goblins are just like dumping their like remains, and this is like the Goblin Bathroom basically.
Gross.
But also, sorry, and when you look to the top of it, it kind of forms like this natural chimney, and there's a small opening that's probably only about maybe 2 feet in diameter that kind of leads up. When you see a little bit of light coming up from above this natural chimney.
Is that a toilet?
Oh boy.
I say we kill the dogs.
I'm not cool about killing animals.
All three of them calm right now?
For the moment, yeah. They calmed the one that was looking at them, and the other two are calm because they're busy eating their lunch or whatever it is. But yeah, you guys can all notice that it doesn't look like they have much left to eat.
Yeah, I don't think it's worth going up that hole or whatever that is.
Maybe we should just leave since they're chained up.
I agree. I think we might be able to leave them here.
Okay. So I back out of the cave and then back out of this room.
Shall we go
down the path?
Yeah. Shall we go left or right?
Can we look
Like
more
up
into
the
the
stairs or across the water?
So this thing up across the water is kind of like a cliff, and you can't really see up above it. You can kind of tell that there's like a platform there, but up ahead you do notice, as you kind of like make your way to the base of these stairs, that there's a wooden bridge that kind of crosses over the water, and it's suspended about 20 feet in the air, and a goblin is standing on top of the bridge, and he doesn't notice you. Let me try to open this up so you can see. Yeah, so there's this bridge up ahead that kind of crosses over, and kind of like maybe like a patrol. You see this this goblin standing up there. He's far. You guys are kind of far enough around the corner and stealthy enough at this point to where he doesn't see you. But just know that if any closer, he might spot you.
Can I take him out?
I
Would that attract attention? It'll probably attract attention, huh?
It probably would.
Mm.
So as you
Maybe
guys
we
are,
should try this cliff. Can we climb it? Does it look climbable?
so the cliff looks rough. It definitely looks like a lot of loose stones and stuff. But it looks like it's possible.
I feel like we'll definitely alert him though.
I mean, if we can't take him out, it feels like the only option left is stealth.
So
To
we
keep
can't
walking
probably
towards him?
Can we stealth? Can we stealth past him?
You can try.
We can't take him out.
I'm pretty loud.
Yeah, because I mean, I don't know. I think the bow and arrow would be, it'd be too loud. Like someone has to probably get up to him and like take him out.
Blowgun. Cool.
Oh,
Might be
okay.
quiet.
Yeah, yeah. We can try
Until he
that.
falls off the edge and lands in the water. Just saying, but.
Arrow.
So yeah, so those are your options you guys got. Like, you see the little path to the left. It looks like it's a little bit of a climb, and it's kind of all loose rubble. Could make some noise. You don't know. And then you have obviously the path that goes underneath the bridge to where the goblin guard is, or you have the natural chimney goblin toilet.
I do not want to go to a toilet.
Hmm.
But really, I mean, you guys kind of look at the goblin toilet, and I would think you guys all kind of look at Cora, because she's probably the only one that would fit up there.
Maybe we should try
You
climbing
all
that rocky ledge.
Asking me to risk my life.
No, I don't think it's a good idea. I mean, could we create a diversion in the toilet and like have them all go to the bathroom at once? Let's go look at what's going.
Is there a
Let's
gate
pass this-
there, or is it just the dogs?
So the dogs are chained to like a stalagmite that's in the ground. They have
Got it.
chains
Okay.
and iron iron rods that are hooked into the stalagmite. So as you guys are kind of like out, I'm assuming you guys are kind of all like out here on the ledge. Like Rena, I'm assuming you left the room as well, and you're kind of all out here. As you guys are out here, you start hearing the sound of like the chains like snapping, like, well, not breaking, but like being pulled tight.
Oh, that's not. Yeah, we better start moving.
Should have gotten the dead goblins and fed them to the dogs.
I think we can still do that.
Might not be a bad idea to keep them calm.
Yeah, can I go ahead and do that? Feed some
Okay.
dead goblin bodies to the dogs.
It might take you a little bit of work, but you could certainly try to go lift the goblin and drag him back.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do that and let these guys decide, because I'm a human holding a torch. I'm gonna be a problem in the cave, so I do that.
All right, so you make your way back there, and it probably only takes you like about a minute, 2 minutes. Go ahead and make an athletics check to see if you can pick up this dead goblin.
Oh yeah, I'm athletic.
You try to like get it up, and then, like you're grabbing his legs, and then it just like slumps over. And you put the torch down. You try putting your arms like underneath his arms and like lifting them, and you're thinking, wow, these goblins are surprisingly a lot heavier than they look, and it's taking you some time to really get a hold of them. Eventually, you do manage to grab one by the legs, and you start dragging him. But probably a few minutes goes by. So in that time, what are the rest of you guys deciding now?
I'm still trying to convince the rest of the team for me to kind of just nimbly, like, run over or through past the dogs.
Wait, through the toilet or
Wait.
up the cliff?
To the toilet.
Oh.
Well, so one thing about the
Well,
toilet,
we-
is that it's very small looking. So even if you get over there and you shove Cora up there to see what's going on, nobody else, you don't know what's up there. First of all,
Yeah, nobody else can fit through it, right? It's so small.
yeah, it's only about 2
He
feet
did
in
say
diameter.
don't split up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I still think we should stealth past this goblin, and I mean, I kind of want to go further in so I can see what else is around him, and maybe if there aren't any goblins around, I can kill him. I don't really know what to say.
What happens if the dogs snap off the chain, though?
Oh, well, that's. Oh, wait. So he couldn't grab the body.
He's working on it. So like while he's working on it, you guys are kind of stand there at a stalemate in the hallway there.
Can someone go help him?
Yeah, I can go help him.
We'll get it eventually.
Yeah, Tormund, if you want to, you can help him speed up the process because a couple of minutes goes by and he doesn't come back with a dead goblin. So
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll go check on what's taking him so long.
okay, yeah. So you head down there and you see like Gabby's just like flopping this body around the ground, trying to figure out how to get a hold of him and hold on to his torch.
I'll just grab the body by the legs and be like, "This is how it's done."
All right, roll me that athletics.
Yeah.
Get a one.
Tormund, go ahead and roll an athletics check.
Oh, no.
Oh my god.
But it's okay because you got help. So between the two of you, you get advantage on it. So with the 21, you guys struggle a little bit, but you managed to pick up one goblin, and you make your way back to the dog or to the wolf den there.
Get the ones out of the way.
We'll just drag the body in front of one of the pack of wolves and leave it there. Kind of kick it towards them.
Yeah, and as soon as you bring it in there, the wolves, they start lunging towards you, but as they lunge towards you, they see the body, the offering that you've gave them, and they just start like ripping this goblin apart, and they're snarling kind of like loudly.
Getting serious. Doggo, the longer we hang around here.
Yeah.
I mean,
We can keep going past them.
okay, so are we gonna move past this goblin or up to the left?
Let's try to south past the goblin.
Okay, I'm gonna.
Okay.
We want to.
I'm gonna put out my torch if we're gonna stealth, and I'm gonna grab hold of someone who can see.
Okay.
Probably gonna go with Tormund, I guess. Because I feel safe.
Yeah, so Gabby, it's pitch black. You're holding it like to the back of his chain mail, and all you're hearing is the sound of the water kind of like trickling through the cave.
Okay, let's
And
go.
I'm holding on to whoever's in front of me.
Yeah.
Okay, so we make a chain, I guess.
Yeah, we make a daisy chain with Tormund.
Okay. So
you're gonna attempt to
11?
like stealth under the bridge, if that's the case.
yes.
Then
Yeah.
everybody roll a stealth check then.
What could go wrong?
Oh no!
Yeah, no.
Mine wasn't terrible.
Look at my blind
I-
stealth, bro.
Why is my stealth so crap?
So up to the. Alright, so we got an 18, an 11. Gabby with that 24, he's like completely like scared in the dark, but somehow he's
I
quiet.
can't see shit, but nobody can see me.
But as you guys like are feeling confident that you're like sneaking through here, all of a sudden somebody kicks over like a rock and it just kind of like makes like a loud like scraping noise, and the goblin on the bridge just starts calling out, and he goes ah, and he shoots an arrow down towards Therese with his short bow.
I draw my. Okay.
Oh, as you come
Can I
around
draw
the
my longbow?
Okay, well, we're gonna jump into initiative in a second, but he gets a shot off, and he hits you for 3 points of piercing damage as you come around the corner. As this arrow just kind of
Okay.
like nicks you in the arm. Go ahead and everybody can roll for initiative.
Do I have to adjust my hit points or something?
Yeah, yep. Just take 3 off your hit points.
I only have 10.
God, these old man rolls.
It's seriously a 5. All right, so yeah, that arrow just kind of like focused you, Therese, as you see him like clearly standing in the middle of the bridge now. What do you want to do?
I draw my longbow and try to get him.
Yeah, and your arrow, you hear a thud like right into the side of the little bridge.
Ugh. I don't know where can I mean, can he still like hit me from where he is?
Oh yeah.
I try to. Can I cross the river and stand like over here? Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, you can attempt to climb up that because that's about 20 feet, and it's like a decent grade. So you're gonna have to make an athletics check to try to climb up this this rocky slope.
Can she do acrobatics?
Yeah, I also have acrobatics.
I think it's more of an athletics thing to try to like actually physically climb, like pull yourself up rather than like balance up it. But yeah. 21 is
21 is
sweet anyway.
Oh.
Yeah, so you like managed to like climb up some of these large boulders, but you're careful enough not to let any of the larger ones fall down into the stream, and you got a pretty good spot hiding around the corner for him, which will definitely boost your armor class a little bit while you're in cover. Okay, so that brings up Tormund, who's kind of in the back. You can cross over past Reyna's spot, but it's going to cost you extra movement, so it'll be 10 feet of movement to cross over her space.
Okay, so I will go just a little bit in front of her, and then I can cast Sacred Flame onto the goblin.
Ooh, nice. All right, go ahead and post that. I think he has to make a dex saving throw.
I posted blank.
Oh.
There we go.
DC 12, okay. He rolls a 14, so he saves. So I think on the spell description says if he target or take 1d8 rating damage, target gains no benefit from the corner. So he passes the save, so he doesn't take any damage.
Okay.
As this like little ball of fire just kind of starts illuminating near his feet, he just kind of steps out of the way. And that brings up his turn as he sees you standing in front of him, Tormund. He shoots his short bow down on you. Or at least he tries to. with an 18 to hit.
That's my armor class.
Yeah, so that's going to hit you for 7 points of piercing damage as you feel the weight of this arrow just thud into your shoulder. And then he's going to attempt to get a better vantage, so he moves to the other side of the other side of the bridge. Go ahead, Raina.
Oh boy. I don't know. I kind of want to. How high up is that bridge?
It's 20 feet.
Maybe I'll go under him and try shooting him from under it. Maybe.
Yeah, so you have enough to get just near the
Right
base
about
of
there.
it. Yep.
Alright. So Raina is going to shoot him with my light crossbow. Oh, sorry.
It's all right. So with a 15 to hit, but he's kind of in a spot where you're gonna get him for about half damage as you're kind of shooting up below him. So you definitely make contact with him, but he's you can hear him like call out and like curse something in Goblin, but he's still hanging in there.
Okay. Well, it's my turn, right?
Yeah, that's it for your turn. So
Yeah.
that brings up Gabby, who is in complete darkness.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I light a torch.
What's going on?
What's going on? Yeah, for real. So, how far can I see with the torch?
I think it's 40 feet at dim light. So
40 feet. I'm gonna take a look.
let's see.
Oh, that's not bad. That means I can. Okay, so I do light the torch, and then
I don't know if you can see that on your screen.
Yeah, I can. And that means I can see the goblin if I light the torch.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
so
You can just catch out the silhouette of him up there.
all right. So I light it, and then that's my action, right? So I can't attack anymore. Is that right?
Yeah, your action would be to light the torch.
Yeah. So I guess I just come up behind Tormund here, and that's it.
And you're like, a goblin.
Yeah. Oh, here's what we're all doing.
All right, go ahead, Therese.
Sorry, I was muted. Can I take a shot at him from where I'm standing?
Yeah, you can peek around the corner and shoot an arrow up there.
Okay, I'm gonna try that then. What is up with these rolls? Ooh.
Ooh, yeah. So this time, yeah, your arrow definitely goes wide. You just hear it like clank off the side of the cave wall.
Oh.
All
Okay.
right. Yeah, so worthy try. Now, do me a favor. Make an acrobatics check to see how you can balance as you let go of the your grip. A 10. All right. So as you're kind of sitting there, you take both hands to make this bow shot. You start to lose your footing for just a second, but you rolled just good enough to kind of catch yourself before knocking some of these larger boulders down into the water.
Okay. Can I go further into this? Is this like a path up here?
Yeah, you can climb up, so you're gonna have to make one more athletics check to climb up the
Okay.
the rest of the way up. Yeah, that's enough to get up into the rest of the spot to this. It's kind of like a little plateau area that kind of flattens out up here, and it leads to like another hallway.
Okay.
And now you're kind of essentially like 20 feet up and looking over the edge, and you can see Tormund and Gabby down there.
Okay.
All right, so that brings up the goblin, who he's like, you can see him kind of like pissed that he's got an arrow stuck in his foot, and he kind of shields his eyes a little bit, but As this room is pretty lit up, he leans over the side of the bridge and he shoots an arrow down towards Reyna with a 7. So his shot is definitely off balance as his foot is bleeding and the arrow just kind of splashes into the water. Okay, Cora, what do you want to do?
Can I see Gabby's torchlight?
Oh yeah, so everywhere, I don't know if you see on the screen all the giant yellow circle. This is the light that his torch is giving off.
I can't see it.
Okay. But yeah, you can see the goblin up there.
Okay. So I would like to I'm in like a weird spot. I'd like to get closer. Probably like right behind Reyna, right between Reyna and Tormund.
Yeah, go ahead.
Do I have to roll for that?
No, so you can move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So you can't actually, there's just not enough room to sneak all the way up through where Tormund is unless you go in the water. So as far as you could get is on dry land is right behind Gabby.
Okay, I'll make my way towards Gabby then.
But it still gives you enough of a view where you could still, if you wanted to make like a crossbow or a short bow shot, you still could from there.
From where I am now?
From where Gabby is, like right around.
Okay.
So that's just where you can see the goblin up on the top of the railing. Because you got to remember, like this space is also your character takes up 5 feet of a 5x5 square space. They're not like technically filling that whole area, but
right.
So there's enough room to maneuver your small frame around to just try to get a clear shot of the goblin.
Okay, so I'll try to take a shot with my short bow.
Oh, nice. So as you like see him kind of leaning over the edge, he was taking a shot at Reyna. You sneak up behind Gabby and just snipe this guy right in the face, and he falls over the side of the bridge into the water, and you see his body just slowly float away.
Wow, tough goblin.
Yeah.
I think there goes our surprise, though.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Can we check to see if anyone's coming or not?
Yeah, you can make a perception check to see if you can hear anything from where you're at.
Sure.
All right, so from where you're at, you hear the sounds of a whole bunch of goblin chatter. You can hear the voices coming from down the hallway from where you're at. You can tell it's coming from that area. And you can distinctly tell with that roll that there's probably at least, 6 or so different voices.
Oh boy. Okay. So it doesn't sound like they're coming, they're just talking.
Yeah, and make an intelligence check.
Okay.
Let's see what you can understand out of it. Yeah, that's
Oops,
good.
sorry.
Yeah, that's fine. So with 18, you do hear them a few things talking about the taste of this human is gonna be amazing. Don't overcook it.
Geez. Oh.
No.
So, oh no. So he's being cooked. Oh. I guess I whisper to. Can they hear me if I tell them?
Yeah, I think you're like a good 40 feet away from everybody and up an embankment, so they don't even know what you're doing.
Okay. So can I come back to them and tell them what I heard?
Yeah. So you're gonna have to make an acrobatics check to come down the side of that embankment to try to not spill all the loose rubble. All right, that's careful enough. Yeah, you make your way back down to the rest of the group.
And yeah, I tell them what I heard. So I guess we better hurry up. So it seems like probably the fastest way to them is to go up that ledge again, but I don't know if everyone can make it.
What if the first person who gets up ties a rope up at the top and then we all use it to get up after.
Okay. Yeah. Sounds good.
Who's going first?
I can do it. Or if anyone else wants to give it a try, if they have high athletics.
We just saw you do it. You can probably get up there again.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys all see her do it like pretty nimbly, so.
It's just how I'm gonna roll.
Still rolling hot.
Alright.
Yeah, so it's enough to get your way back up to the top. Yep, to 20 feet. So.
Okay, so I tie a rope to nearby rock and then let it down. People can climb up it.
Sure. Yeah, so you got, what, 50 feet of rope, so you got enough rope to just kind of toss it over the edge, and the rope kind of dangles down into the water.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so everybody else that wants to climb the rope, you can also make the athletics check, but this time you have advantage on it because you have something to aid you getting up there. Oh,
Oh.
Oh, no. Yeah, so...
Wow, advantage.
So Cora makes it up there. Look at that advantage. If you get a 0, you roll the 1, you have a -1 to strength. That's terrible. But Cora manages to get right up there, like no problem, easy enough, and same as Reyna. But poor Tormund and Gabby, you guys both try to like make your way up there, and you both slip, stumble, and you both take a little bit of fall damage. You both take 6 points of bludgeoning damage as you slide down from the top all the way back into the river.
Oh, no.
And you knock a whole like section of rubble down, and it makes this huge splashing noise.
Uh-oh.
I'm unconscious.
No.
What?
I knocked my head on a rock on the way down.
Oh no.
Oh,
Yeah, I guess he took that big arrow from the gobbo earlier.
Yeah.
oh.
Can we? Are we able to administer the health potion now?
You could. Who has the health potion?
Yeah, I had
Give
it.
it to Reyna.
So Reyna, you made your way back up to the top now. You're up with Cora and Therese up in the little hallway up there. As you watch like Tormund fall down and just like smash his head into a rock and almost land on top of Gabby.
Okay.
I also have medicine proficiency. I don't know. I can try that too. Could I heal him that way, or?
So somebody can do a medicine check to try to like stabilize Tormund to make sure he doesn't like bleed out or drown in the water.
Yeah.
All right. So Teresa, I also need you to make a dexterity check, an acrobatics check at advantage as you make your way back down the slope. Yeah, so you're so nimble, you easily just kind of like parkour off the wall and barely use the rope and make your way down there. But you kind of like tip Tormund out of the water a little bit to make sure he's not drowning. But he's definitely looking a little rough. So Tormund, you're gonna have to make a death saving throw.
Oh shoot!
Okay.
So
Do I just press death saves for that?
Yep, just click that. It'll just roll the d20. You got to get 10 or higher. Okay, so that's 1 save. So after 3 saves, you wake up.
Wait, but won't he have like no health anyway?
Yeah, he'll still be like no health, but he won't be dead.
Let's give him a potion, guys.
Okay, so that's the scenario that's going on here. So I mean, do you guys want to try to get the health potion to him, or attempt to try to, get him do another medicine check to try to wake him up? Or I mean, that didn't really go so great, but
Just give him the health potion. Alright.
Yeah, just give him a health potion.
All right,
How do I do that?
well, you tell me. What do you want to do? You want to climb down there? You can throw it over to them. I mean,
I'll climb down and give it to him.
okay. So make an acrobatics check at advantage.
Mm.
All right, so yeah, elves are like super nimble, so you just kind of slide down the side, and you have the health potion in your hand, and you pop the little cork out of it, and you pour it right down the mouth of Tormund. And so Tormund, you're gonna gain some health. You're gonna get 2d4 plus 2 health, so you get 6 health points back, and you are instantly awake as you feel this this red liquid kind of like start bubbling up, and you feel it like glowing from within inside you as you awaken.
He should probably heal himself because he's a cleanser, right?
So John, is that 2d4? You just rolled the d4.
Oh, you're right.
Oh, you're right.
You're absolutely right. Sorry. So you actually get 8 points of health.
Better.
That's good, man.
Thank you.
So you're probably almost back to full health. Almost.
Almost 8 out of 11.
But a couple minutes goes by as you guys kind of like do this, and you start like listening for the sounds of like goblins coming after you. But what you don't hear the sounds of goblins, but you do hear the sound after a couple of minutes of like water starting to rush from further down in the cave, and it sounds like it's coming like loud. As you look, the cave starts to flood.
Uh-oh.
Oh, let's get out of here.
We gotta get,
I dive out of the way.
We gotta get up.
So you guys all have like just a second to try to climb up the rope really quickly before the whole cave gets flooded out and flushes you out.
Okay.
So everybody make some athletic checks at advantage to get up this stupid rope.
Good.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
Yes.
Oh no.
Okay, so everybody makes it no problem with advantage, except for Gabby with a 9. So Gabby, make a dexterity saving throw. Now this time it's a saving throw.
Oh, easy.
All right, so you're making up, and this wave of water just starts like flushing right down through there, and you slip on the step on the stones coming up, and just at the last second, Tormund reaches his hand down and grabs a hold of you, Gabby, and it helps pull you back up to safety, and you guys are up on this ledge with Cora. And you look down, and the entire cave where you guys had walked in is completely flooded now.
We have to fight another day.
This one.
That was close.
So yeah, the goblins are around the corner cooking something, and
Someone.
How do we want to attack over here?
Yeah, so from
Should
where
I
you
try to
guys
sneak?
are at, you do smell the smell of like a campfire.
Can I sneak a little forward to see, like, what's going on?
Yeah, you can certainly make a stealth check.
Try to see how many goblins are in there.
I heard about 6 or 7.
All right, nice. So yeah,
6 or 7.
so you get up around the edge and you kind of sneak along the wall, and you look into this room, and it's this kind of a larger cavern, and it's like 2-layered. You can't quite see up the top of the second level, but you do see there's a campfire, like a camp spigot in the center of this room, and there's about 6 goblins around this room, and you see what looks like a human. He's kind of badly beaten, looks barely conscious, and he's like laying next to the fire as these goblins kind of dance around him, and a couple of them are like pushing and shoving at each other. You see one particular goblin at the top of the second level of this multi-level chamber. He's standing on top of these kind of like these natural stairs, and he looks a little bit larger than the other goblins, but he is a goblin, and he seems
He's
to be
probably
like,
Clark.
he seems to be yelling something at down to the rest of the goblins, telling them to calm down and like, it's almost time to eat. And I think maybe that's where we'll end it tonight then.
Yeah.
Doesn't
Okay.